Howdy doggos, welcome to Game 7, which as always is just for profit. As always, I'm Allie Oopley, and I'm here to talk about basketball. What is it? Why do we watch it anymore? How do we do it? So, if you're like me, or anybody who is not living under a rock, you might have been pretty surprised about the Luka trade that happened earlier this year. Your first question might have been, why? Your second question might have been, please don't. And it wouldn't have been a question, but you would have just told everybody who was walking around you, why? Please don't. Stop. It would have gone like that for a while, as it did for most of us. You would have been confused, upset, even betrayed. Especially if you were a person living in Dallas or who grew up in Dallas, because after all, Luka Doncic was supposed to be your new guy. I mean, he was going to take you from the 2010s non-championship of the 2020s up until then to, being your guy, and that's what should have happened. It was very confusing because it made no sense. It made no sense that he would work better on the Lakers. I mean, he outright said he didn't want to be there. Anthony Davis certainly wasn't going to be any better on the Mavericks. I mean, it made no fucking sense, right? But then, you take a step back and you realize that there's good news and bad news, and then there's just news. And the news is that this was never about you as a fan. Look, I'm lucky, and before you say anything, no, I'm not a bandwagoner. I just happen to get on the wagon at the right time as the rest of the band for the Warriors. But every other team in the NBA doesn't give a fuck about you. In fact, they are only for profit. Why do you think that Scott Foster refed this Game 7? Is it because he's the best ref ever? I don't know. History would disagree. Or is it because there's a profit motive for everything that the NBA has been doing recently? I ask you to look no further than the fact that OKC, I'm very happy for them. They should still be in Seattle. But why? Tell me why. Did the Knicks get to a Game 7? Why did we watch Indiana? Fuck Indiana. Why did we watch Indiana face off with OKC? I'm sorry. Supposed to be the best. The best. I tuned in. I kept waiting for that, the best. What was it, like a 35% to 30% scoring percentage? Like, the most riveting, the most fucking embarrassing, most boring fucking Game 7 I've ever seen. A Game 7 that didn't need to happen, that was forced to happen for profit. And you know what it then does? It cuts to a commercial break, which shows sports betting, and only sports betting. It's almost as if the NBA is purely for profit. It's almost as if Luka being traded had nothing to do with where Luka belonged or what was best for the Mavericks franchise or what even made sense from a player's standpoint. It's almost as if Las Vegas is now getting a new fucking team and that sports betting is legal. And other stuff like that. But this is just me, Allie Oopley, and I'm just talking. And what I say has no bearing on anything, because nothing as a fan will ever have any bearing on anything in the league anymore, because this is just a for-profit industry. Anyway, bye!